For this beginner's lesson on Crazy Train, we're going to focus on learning just the classic intro section, which has a total of just 16 notes. So even though the lesson preview is played pretty fast, it's much easier to learn than it looks, and we're going to focus on learning the intro one section at a time. The quickest way to learn the complete intro is to keep your fretting hand steady and in position. In other words, you don't want to be using wrong fingers to play because then you're moving your hand around too much. That's going to slow down your progress. So here's what you do. You take your first finger, you put it on the bottom string. This is a great warm-up, especially if you're an absolute beginner. You're going to need to do this. And you're going to go 2, that's the second fret, 3, 4, 5. You're going to walk up one fret at a time and one finger at a time. Now for you absolute beginners, that's going to be a bit of a stretch. But if you're a beginner, you need to get your fingers in decent playing shape. So this is going to be good for you to make your fingers a little bit more flexible, increase your finger strength. And once you can do this, we're ready to start section 1. Section 1 is a 4-note riff, starting with the bottom string, 2nd fret, 6th string, 2nd fret. And you're going to play that note twice. Then the 3rd note, we're going to extend that 3rd finger up 2 frets to the next string, the 5th string, 4th fret. So to start, 2, 2 on the bottom string, then jump up to 4 on the next string. And then the last note, we're going to return back to the first note. So 2, 2, 4, 2. That's the opening 4-note riff. And let's do that a couple of times consecutively. Here we go. 1, 2. Ready, go. Then again. Once you can do that, the final step is to count it off. We want to establish a tempo right away with learning Crazy Train, and that tempo is a 4 count. So once you know the frets, we don't have to call off the frets anymore, we call off the count. And here's what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you can do it at that pace, you're ready for section 2. Section 2, another 4-note riff. This time we're going to start with the pinky on the 5th string, 5th fret. Now again, we're keeping our hand steady in position, so our first finger is aligned along the 2nd fret. You don't have to keep your fingers down, but you want to keep them as close to the frets as possible. That way you get to each note a little bit quicker as opposed to lifting the fingers off and placing them back down. So let's play that note, the 5th string, 5th fret. And then from there, there's that stretch I was warning you about. You're going to play the 5th string, 5th fret, then down to the bottom string, 2nd fret with the first finger. So 5, 2 are the frets. Those are the first 2 notes. Then the next 2 notes, we're going to go back to the 5th string, and the 3rd finger is going to fret the 4th fret. So 1 fret lower than the pinky, and you're going to go 4 and then back down to that first note again, 4, 2. So putting it together, calling off the frets, section 2 is 5, 2, 4, 2. A back and forth between the 5th and the 6th strings. Here are the fret numbers again. 5 down to 2, then 4 and down to 2. And once you have the fret numbers memorized, then we count it off again in 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll put sections 1 and 2 together, and I'll do a quick little preview before we slow it down and play it together. 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. So if you're ready, let's try this together. We'll do it slower. I'll do a slow 4 count to lead into it. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. once you have the frets memorized, then we do the 4 count. We're going to put it all together now. Now we've got 8 total notes, sections 1 and 2. So let's review that applying a 4 count. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, the key is now we're putting things together, keeping that hand steady and in position, having the fingers aligned. And I know I already mentioned this, but you may notice if you are playing it correct and you're not lifting the fingers too far off, it's almost like typing on a keyboard. You're just tapping down with the fingers, and that makes things a little easier. Eventually you'll be able to play it a lot faster by doing that, because it's simply sort of tapping down to play each note. Before moving on to the next section, it's a good idea to practice what I refer to as a cycle loop effect. And what you're simply doing is repeating sections 1 and 2 uninterrupted, and that's going to help set a foundation. It's going to help develop a sense of tempo in the song's arrangement, and it makes it easier to learn sections 3 or 4 if you've got a good solid foundation to build on. So let's do that right now. We'll do the cycle loop effect. We're going to play sections 1 and 2 together, uninterrupted, 3 consecutive times. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. For section 3, we're going to slightly shift the fretting fingers over. The first finger is going to move from the 6th to the 5th string like so, and then the pinky is going to shift down to the bottom string for the second note. The first note will be the 5th string 2nd fret, and then you play that 4th pinky finger on that bottom string 5th fret. So 2, 5 are the frets there. And then we're going to sort of stay on that bottom string for the last 3 notes. So 2, 5, and then 4, 5. So the last 2 notes are 4, 5, but what you might want to practice is this 3-note combo here, 5, 4, 5. And then throw in the 2 just prior to that, 2, 5, 4, 5. Let's do those 4 notes again. 2, 5, 4, 5. And now we'll rehearse it 2 times with the 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once you have section 3 down, section 4 is easy because we only changed the last note compared to section 3. So with section 3 we went 2, 5, 4. And what we do for section 4, we just change that last note to the bottom string open. So the frets for section 4, 2, 5, 4, 0. I'll do that again, calling off the frets. 2, 5, 4, 0. And if we count it, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we combine sections 3 and 4. I'll first call off the frets for the first round here. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 5, 4, 5. 2, 5, 4, 0. We'll do the count again. 2, 5, 4, 5. 2, 5, 4, 0. And now we'll do it with the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's now put sections 1 through 4 all together. And by this point, you should know all the frets to play. So when we rehearse this, it'll be a slow walkthrough. I'm going to just simply count off the beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit slower than that, but that's what we're going to do. So here we go from the top. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll do that again. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Learning the notes of the intro is only half the battle. The real fun is when you can actually start playing the intro along with a backing rhythm, especially at the actual speed you hear on the original recording. And how you get there is through an old saying they use when it comes to learning music, and that is, slow is fast. In other words, you don't focus on speed right away. The best way to get to playing a song at the proper speed is you first focus on playing the correct notes with the correct fingers. Then you focus on clarity. And we've already done that with the intro. The next step before you focus on speed is to focus on tempo. We're also going to work on the arrangement of this lesson, which is what you hear in the lesson preview. And the arrangement is going to be playing the intro 4 consecutive times, followed by an ending. And the ending for this lesson, for this arrangement, is going to be the same 2 notes that start everything, that bottom string 2nd fret. So how the ending is going to sound, let's say we played the intro 4 consecutive times, we're wrapping it up. Simply play those 2 notes for the ending. To work on both the arrangement and tempo, the upcoming clips feature 2 backing tracks. The first backing track is going to be played at half speed or half tempo, while the second one increases the speed to 120 beats per minute. And both backing tracks follow the same format as that of the lesson preview, so each of them has a bass intro before you start playing. The final step with this lesson is to go back to the beginning of the video and see if you can keep up with the lesson preview. That's played at the actual speed or tempo as the original recording of Crazy Train. You can also check out a separate video I have which features various Crazy Train intro loops, so you can work out the intro along with various loops at different speeds.